This is a wet palette that has a wet sponge underneath palette paint. Before you start, you have to run the paper underwater so both sides are wet, and then the paint can be distributed here. And when you're all done, it has a sealed top that you can lock it, and it will keep your paint wet and fresh for up to 2 weeks. Any longer than that, it might start to grow mold. This is a Stay Wet palette. They come in different sizes. This is the large size. It works for acrylic paint or latex paint, and it will keep your paint fresh. You're not throwing away so much paint. And then when you're done, you can just toss this into the garbage. When it's full of paint, throw it away and put down a new piece of paper. After a while, though, the sponge gets kind of dirty, it's stained, and if you leave paint in there too long, it becomes moldy, and it will need to be replaced. So occasionally you have to buy new sponges. So we are ready to lay out some new paint. After I've decided whatever colors that I'm going to use, I like to keep my wells of color on the outside of the palette. And I like to arrange them from values, from the very lightest to a little bit darker. And then when it's time to mix my colors, let's say I want to have a color that's between these two. I can pull over a little bit of this and then grab some yellow, and we can mix those. I'm using a palette knife. It's always best to use a palette knife to mix your colors. You don't want to use a brush, because then your brush gets loaded with paint and you wind up losing some of that, wasting it, having to wash it off. So now I've got a color that's a little bit between these two colors. Now I want to combine those two. Okay, we'll try to scrape this up into a pile, try to clean off as much as possible. And then with a rag, we just wipe up. Now occasionally you have to tweak it a little bit, like maybe we need this to be a little bit lighter. Well, if that's the case, you just pull a little bit out, make a new pile, and we need to have it a lot lighter. We just grab some white and we mix it in so that we have a lighter value of that color. Values are the key to creating good, strong paintings that are realistic and believable. I think I'll even do the same with this. I want to make sure that I have all the colors necessary, so I can just go right in and grab the color I need for the job. White always lightens the color, and I think it would be a good idea to have a little bit of this one. Trying to create individual piles. Now this white puddle, you notice that it's very wet, soupy. That's because I'm actually using a latex. I'm mixing acrylic paint with a latex paint because actually I was a little short on paint, and I had a gallon of flat ceiling paint that will work since I'm painting on a wall. Like, it's alright if I mix acrylic paint and latex paint. It does fine. Okay. I think I've got all my values. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 values. And maybe I need a color in between these two. So I'll take just a little bit of this. And we'll add some white to it. So I want a lot more white because I want to really light this up. So it's just a hint of sunshine. And that is how we create our values. So my palette is now ready with all the colors that I need. Now we're ready to start painting. And when you're all done with it, fold it inside of itself. So we throw it away. Then we'll have to wash the sponge.